Hey everybody, it's Troy here. Thank you very much for tuning in to the video. Today's September 16th. It is a little bit after 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I wanted to wait quite a long time before I made something about the shooting at the Naval Yard in Washington D.C. Because there was so much different things going on. And there was supposedly 3 shooters, and now it's down to possibly 2 shooters, and now that most likely it's going to be I think it's going to be just this one guy, Aaron Alexis, and thank goodness they killed him before he could do any more damage. And as of 7 p.m. they're saying 13 killed, and I think that's including the guy who did the shooting too as well. And I don't want to focus too much on him because he's not worth talking about. But just a few pictures that you see guys with rifles on the roof searching, and you see different security things there, different pictures that were going on through the day. But what I wanted to focus in on was security at a naval installation, and this is a Google Maps look at the installation, and the whole installation is in this line right in here, and this is I believe the building 197 that they're speaking of. And one of the some politician, an African American lady, spoke and said that's one of the most secure places around. And then just looking on Google Maps and things like that, to me it doesn't seem like it is, and I'll show you some different things that I found in a minute. But just to show you, like the Washington National baseball team was supposed to play today, and they canceled that because I'll show you how close proximity. Here is the naval base, the installation, and here is the stadium. So I can understand why they have postponed that. Plus, I believe they said they were using that to have family members meet each other off the base. So that's one of the reasons why too as well. And then the state capitol is really close too as well. If you go down this road right here, it's like a main road. Let's see if I can find it like I did before. And there's the state capitol right there, and the White House is just down to the left here. So let me show you a close-up view of one of the gates here. This is it looks like one of the main gates. You can see it says Washington Naval Yard. Now it looks to me like pedestrians can come in, and I guess they have some type of security pass card or code to get in, and you can see a guardhouse to screen the people coming in that way. Because I can turn this around, I'll show you that here's the street view outside, but there's a parking lot on the other side here too as well. So some of them will park out there and then come across and come into the base that way, and then some of them are allowed to come into the base, as you can see, parking over there. But of course, my father was over 25 years in the Army, and my brothers, 2 of my brothers are veterans. So living in Florida, in the Central Florida, I have been to and different other places. I've been to plenty of bases in my lifetime. And MacDill Air Force Base up in Tampa, St. Pete, where the CENTCOM is, Central Command. I mean, there is big time security there too as well. And what gets me is, now you see the here at the gate where cars would come in, and it says the signs are hard to read, but it says they check ID 100%. And I don't know, and I know there's people out there that might watch this video and say, and they can tell me more about, but if they just check ID, but I mean, if that's all they're doing is checking ID, but nowadays, with what's been going on all through the years, I would think that they would actually have to spend a little bit more money and take a little bit more time to check into big bags or something like that. Because how does a guy like this, who is supposedly a contractor, a civilian contractor, and that's how he got on base, I guess he's being supposedly a contractor going on base, but they said he used a long gun. They haven't mentioned what it is, but it's most likely either an AR or an AK, because they said one of the doctors that worked on somebody said somebody was shot in the leg and his leg was almost amputated. So it's got to be, you know, something that's high powered. So an AR and AK is my guess on that. But let's get back to the security part of that. If they're just checking IDs, and you know, like in most Air Force bases and other bases, you know, you can get a like a sticker that's you know, good to get in, and they just, you know, look at you and sometimes they ask for your ID and then they just wave you in. I would think nowadays, you know, with what's going on with different things, with you know, domestic terrorism and just, you know, terrorism in general, and people are just whack jobs, that the security, you know, would have to be totally different. If this guy is somehow bringing in an AR or an AK, what they mentioned, a long gun, you know, they've got to change their security somehow. And this is the street view, and I'm going to go down here just a little bit, and just bear with me. And this whole wall is walled off from the naval yard here, and you can see it's, you know, there's no way to get in through here until you come up to this one white building. And let me flip it around for you, and there's a place for pedestrian traffic to come in through here. It looks like it used to be cars, but they've got a block there, and then there's a guard gate right there. And then further on down here, there is another gate that comes up, and just bear with me on this. And this, here comes this the second gate. I only could find 2 gates, and there could be more, but I think there's only 2 gates. And this one, then the way they've got it set up, whenever they took the pictures, it's hard to get a close-up view like I got of the other gate. Let me turn this around here. But so you got another pedestrian type gate that you get in here. And there's that rat bus again. Let me flip it around for you. Bear with me. So there's another pedestrian gate right there, and then you can see on the picture, it might be hard to see, you can go in and there's a guard gate right there. So if they're just checking IDs and just waving somebody through, that is not a secure base. And so they really need to look into them changing something here, because if they're not checking in large bags or in trunks or something like that, then they've got a big problem, and whether that'll be covered up or not, we don't know. So let me know what you think, if the security is lax on this particular naval installation, and your opinions on that. And thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.